The morning sky lay draped in pale gray as church bells tolled softly in the distance. Mourners moved slowly through the gates, faces heavy with grief. At the center of it all stood a young girl beside a coffin, the coffin of the only parent she had ever truly known. Her father had been her light, the voice that told bedtime stories, the hands that dried her tears, the heart that promised she would never be alone. But life has a cruel way of breaking promises. When the last shovel of earth fell over his grave, Emily's small world collapsed into silence. Clutching her worn teddy bear, eyes red from hours of weeping, she felt only loss. Yet just behind her, dressed in black with a mask of sorrow, her stepmother watched, not with grief but with resentment. Emily had never been one, and now, with her father gone, nothing stood between her and cruelty. By the end of the funeral, Emily's tears had soaked her bare. The stepmother's voice cut through the air like ice. "You don't belong here anymore." Back at the house, the walls that once sheltered her became cold and hostile. Her clothes were torn from drawers and shoved into an old suitcase, tossed carelessly onto the driveway. "Please, Mommy, forgive me," Emily begged, though she had done nothing wrong, hoping her words might soften a heart of stone. Her tears mixed with the droplets as strangers whispered from a distance, but dared not interfere. The door slammed shut, leaving Emily on her knees beside her scattered belongings, the summer sun mocking her with its warmth. Then, a black car pulled to the curb. A tall man stepped out, his sharp suit outshone only by the empathy in his eyes. Alexander, a wealthy businessman known by reputation alone, has seen enough to stop his world for a child abandoned. Memories of his own lonely childhood stirred as he knelt by Emily's side. "This ends here," he said firmly, compassion lacing his words. "No one will ever treat you like this again." Her stepmother stormed out, spitting insults, calling Emily a burden. But Alexander stood his ground. "If you can cast her aside after her father's funeral, you don't deserve to be called a mother. From today, she is no longer unwanted." The gathered neighbors gasped. The stepmother, powerless against his resolve, vanished inside, slamming the door once more. But this time the sound meant freedom. Alexander picked up her suitcase, gently brushed off her teddy bear, and took Emily's trembling hand. For the first time since the burial, she felt warmth flicker in her chest. The days ahead weren't easy. Nightmares haunted her sleep, fear shadowed her laughter. But Alexander gave her patience, safety, and love. He read her stories at night, reminded her every day that she was wanted. Slowly, Emily's smile returned. The town that once turned away now whispered not of cruelty but of compassion. They saw a man whose greatest wealth was kindness, and a little girl who bloomed again when shown love. Months later, Emily placed flowers at her father's grave. "Don't worry," she whispered. "I'm safe now." Alexander stood nearby, quietly watching over her, ready to catch her if she faltered. Sunlight broke through the clouds, illuminating them both. Though her father was gone, Emily had found a new home. Not in walls, but in the heart of someone who truly cared.